Hi, this is Psych 10, Research and Statistic. My name is Ted Black, and I am writing a proposal on the effects of juveniles in adult prison. One of the things that I'm curious is to understand why we try young people as adults and put them in a situation where they're in mature they're in a mature environment and they're not mature. We all know that is the frontal lobe of the brain is not fully developed until age 26, 27. But we take crimes that young people commit, and because of the nature of the crime, we forget the fact that the brains are not developed and that they might be acting on impulse, they might be led, they might be suffering from mental trauma, they might be not understood as children, but looked upon as predators. While we do understand that there is a lot of violence with young people in America, but what we don't have a lot of research on the effects of what prison does to these young people. There are studies that I have seen that young people are put in adult situations for a longer period of time than actual adults for crimes they have committed. Um, Not being able to come back out into society as a normal child, but facing a multitude of situations such as depression. Their sex drive might be off. They might have manic depression be in manic depressive state of mind. Their learning ability might be challenged. It's numerous of things that could really affect the youngster. But then there's no studies to say how the kids are actually living in the prison environment. They become victims once they enter into a world that they have no knowledge about, where you have grown men that are mature and understand their path, now educating these young people that are coming through the system and molding them into what they want them to be. And we as society feel like that is okay. I am curious to find out what these extra studies that are coming out, if there's any. I have been researching on this, and it's amazing to find only a few studies that have anything to do with the effects of juveniles in adult prisons. So I wonder, will the judicial system ever take a look at this and why this is happening to our young people? And I understand the laws, I understand the financial part of all of that, but when we're trying to understand the mental trauma and the anguish that these kids are suffering, and that when they come back out into society, how the judicial system has ruined their lives because they'll never have the opportunity to regain any of the time or the anguish that they have suffered. They wouldn't be able to understand what path to take. A lot of youngsters that don't have the support that some youngsters have will only go back into a world where the prison system will be a revolving door for them. So I'm curious as to why this is going on in America when we are one of the strongest, smartest nations in the world, but yet we don't have the ability to control what's going on with our youth, and why the mental trauma that they suffer is not addressed once they are in an institution. I believe that they do see psychiatrists, but I don't think the psychiatrist is looking at what this child is getting ready to go through once he enters into that prison system. So the psych is only evaluating him for what he has done, not what he is getting ready to go through. So that is my research. That is my proposal. What my proposal is based on: the effects of juveniles in adult prisons.